Good afternoon and welcome to April 15th, 2024 Board of Works and Public Safety. All rise, led for pledge allegiance, led by Brian Dobb.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
If you would like to remain standing for invocation.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
You know, a lot of people think that prayer doesn't amount to much, but according to James chapter 5, verse 16, it says, "The effectual fervent prayer of a righteous man availeth much." So I'm going to go with that. Lord, as we invite your presence into the midst of this meeting, we give you all that we are this day. Brush away our weariness so that we may be inspired in our work. Help us to discover new ways to reveal your love to all we meet. Keep our minds clear and focused on all we need to achieve, and give us the wisdom to overcome difficulties and creative minds to find solutions. May your blessing be upon all who acknowledge you as provider and Lord. In the name of Jesus Christ, amen.
Amen.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I'd like to welcome everyone today. Remind you, please turn your cell phone ringers off. We'll begin with roll call.
Brian Dobb.
Present.
Becky Gibson.
Here.
Diana Phillips. Jim Barrett.
Okay, everyone has the minutes from the April 1st, 2022, good night, April 1st, 2023 regular meeting. Are there any additions or corrections to those? Have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. That tongue tester passed. New business. Whitewater Valley Railroad requesting approval for a barricade on April 27th from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Thank you for taking my request today.
Yes, sir.
It is time for Boy Scout Jamboree again. We've got a good response this year. Looks like we'll have probably over 350 Boy Scouts, and with the parents and troop leaders, probably more than 500 people will be down there on 27th. And again, we know there will be a lot of pedestrian traffic there in front of South Station. So again, we're asking for permission to barricade that part of Eastern Avenue that runs east and west in front of South Station from 7 in the morning to 5 in the evening. The railroad, as always, furnish the barricades, put them up, take them down, make sure there's access to the city park, and we'll be responsible to notify Integrity Metal.
Any questions?
I'll make a motion to
Looking at this paper.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much.
You guys do a good job for Boy Scouts. Appreciate it.
Bye. Thank you.
Item B, Michelle Hankins requesting permission to do a boot drive for Fayette County Animal Shelter on July 15th.
Hello, I'm Michelle Hankins, and I just wanted to request permission to have a boot drive on Saturday, July 13th, and the benefits would go to the Fayette County Animal Shelter.
Are you gonna do all three locations or
Yeah, we're gonna try to do all three,
in at what time?
probably like 8 to 2.
8 to 2?
I move to approve the request.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Make sure you get with Brad Colter Requested. He can give you everything you need for safety and everything.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Item C, Brad Colter is requesting permission to do a boot drive for Counselor's Christmas Crusade on June 22nd, August 24th, and October 12th.
Hello, Brad
Howdy.
Colter, private citizen. You know my address?
No.
I'm requesting to have 3 boot drives over the remainder of this year for the Counselor's Christmas Crusade that was put on by the police. I think everybody's familiar with that cause. We've been trying to help them raise money. Clint's here, he's sort of taken over the police side of that effort, so did you want to say anything, give a speech?
No speech. Jennifer just wanted to pass on her appreciation for the town to continue to work with them.
Are you gonna do all three intersections?
Yes,
And what time?
from probably 9 to 1.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item D, request for trash collection at Enjoy Fitness Club, 911 Western Avenue. Brad, you wanna talk about that one too?
Why don't you just sit in the front row, Brad?
I'm sorry, I checked this one out and everything looks normal.
Okay. Any other questions?
Motion to approve.
Second.
And a motion second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Item E, we have the trash review and approval. We looked in everybody, and the best contract we have is with Bestway. The 100-yard pull price is $2.95. 100-yard trailer tipping fee per ton is $32.10. Roll-off dumpster per pull is $200. Commingled recycling tipping fee is $57. Rejected recycling load is also $57. Tipping fee per ton for street sweep material is $22.10. Recycling compactor rental is $450 a month. Car pickup size tires off the rim is $4.75 each. Car pickup tire size on the rim is $10 each. And semi-size tires off the rim is $12 each. You can see the compactor we don't have in there, but we want to put that in there because we're looking at doing a compactor with our recycling that will really reduce the number of pulls. The pulls is what's killing us on expense. So we're looking at a compactor to compact it down so it's less pulls. I think it was 3 to 1, is that correct? So for every 3 pulls we have, we'll have 1 now. On recycling, sorry, just recycling.
Make a motion to approve the trash contract.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carried. We went on to department matters. Director Colter.
Okay, we've got quite a bit to get through today, so Marla and I have been working on commingling the rules for the street department and parks. And also, I had made one little change to the Connersville utility rules. And I would ask for you to approve those rules, and then we'll all be on the same working rules, all the departments, except for the police and fire. This is sanitation, trash, parks, streets.
Any questions from Brad?
The only question I've had, everybody is aware of the rules and regulations, right? As far as employees, do we post what the rules and regulations are?
Yeah, I posted them as we were talking about it, and now that they're approved, I'll post them again and have everybody sign them so they're aware of them. Yep.
I'll make a motion, we approve Brad's request.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Next item, the wall on the east side of the transfer station that they butt up against when they're picking up trash has been deteriorating. Since the building was built in 1995, they already did a job there once to sort of shore that up, and they added about 10 inches of concrete. So I had some guys down there looking at it, and we decided that we're going to put cold steel on that wall that they will go up against, so it'll last a lot longer and work a lot better. So I had a quote from Chad Franklin, as you see, and I talked to about 3 or 4 other people, and we tried to get quotes from a couple more, but nobody was really wanting to quote it, so this is the one that I have.
So it's listed out bid 1 and bid 2, but you want approval of both.
I would like to approve both. The other little project on that bid is, there's a hillside over there when those guys are out mowing. It's very steep, and if they got to sliding or something, they could go over the edge. So that little project would be putting some ballards in on that hillside to keep the guys from running over that hill on the mower.
Any questions?
Motion to approve Brad's request.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
At the utilities office, no later than the end of July, we're going to have a resignation of a full-time staff person. And I would like to have permission to promote a part-time person that we already have that's doing a good job. And then we will like to get another part-time person hired to replace her and get them trained before all these changes take place. what I'm gonna do first would be hire another part-time to get trained, and then at this resignation, our part-timer would move up to full-time.
Questions?
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
We have this next item is for you to accept a resignation from the street department, and I don't know if you have it in front of you there what the date was, but it's coming up in a week or so.
April
April
19th.
Yeah.
Actually, the end of this week. I move to approve.
Second.
You have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign.
We've all been talking
Carried.
I'll mention it to you, and then you'll see this at the next meeting, but we've been talking with the union and amongst ourselves about doing away with the starting wage. Because I'm at least 2 people short over there, and I can't hardly get anybody hired.
And that's just for the trash collector, is that correct?
That would be for the street department contract.
All positions at the street, I think
just-
the MOU that you sent didn't say
I'll
all.
check it, make sure.
It just indicated trash.
Almost every time the starting position in the street department is the trash, but this would be doing away with the starting wages for all the positions in the street department.
Wrap us up for the park too.
I think it would be. It would be in the, it would do away with the starting wages in that contract. I don't think there's any other way that we could do it. I'll get with you after the meeting, we'll talk about it, try to figure it out. But that's something that'll be coming at you in the next meeting or so, because it's just getting, I just can't hardly get. We did start a new guy last Monday, started training, but we're down a couple of drivers, and we have one on workman's comp right now, so we're in tough shape over there. So if you probably noticed that the whole department's just short. So we bring that to you next time. I think you got the resignation in front of you that I was talking about at the utilities. Take action on that, please.
I thought they did all 3 actions on the last thing. Resignation, promote, and hire.
Okay. Good enough.
Thank you. Thank you.
Superintendent Steele.
So I didn't have a chance to get any information to you, but we had an opportunity to accept a $2,500 grant from the foundation. And this is going to be to purchase a few activity pieces to put at the pool for those who are at the pool all day. This will give them something else to do, so like a cornhole set or some yard games of such that we want to put in the back corner of the pool area. And so I'd just like to request your permission to accept this and then be able to purchase those items.
Motion to approve a request.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Thank you.
Chief Jones.
Good afternoon.
Move.
You should have in front of you some quotes for a generator replacement at Station 1. It's been malfunctioning quite a bit over the last couple of years, and I've just spent quite a bit of money trying to get it fixed, and it's been recommended to just have it replaced. I did reach out to 3 different local contractors that are Generac dealers, and I ended up with 2 visits, 2 quotes. As you can see attached there, the low quote was for $10,058.75 from Powell's. So if you could just go with that quote, you know, if you guys approve, so get this thing replaced.
Any questions?
Motion to approve the chief's request.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Chief Bowles.
Good Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
You guys have a letter in front of you about our ICAC. As you know, we're a member of that. It's a state-ran organization. And it's since made us, our detectives, take on a little more than normal. They're pretty busy with this ICAC. So I'm asking permission for us to apply for this grant. It's non-matching. And it states on here for equipment, electronic equipment for them to run ICAC, so they're not use their own personal information, and also for training, different training through the year, you know, this amount of supply, the amount of money they need for that. So I'm asking permission to apply for this grant for ICAC.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Director Colter.
Another thing I wanted to ask permission for, we want to have a staff meeting on April the 24th, I think that's a Wednesday. And I want to open at 9 that day, 1 hour late. Sometimes we try to have meetings after closing, but it seems like they go a little better first thing in the morning, so I'll post it everywhere and put it in the paper and all that stuff prior to letting everybody know that we'll open at 9 instead of 8 that day. With your permission.
Motion to approve. Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
I guess you all saw my reports. A few of the things I wanted to tell you about though today was, most of you probably know we got awarded our community crossing grant, so we'll be able to pave a couple of streets again this year. $375,000 I think was our award, so we'll get to pave $750,000, and those streets have pretty much been identified, or have been identified. I've been working with NDOT. I think that they are going to place some high water signs for us out on Vine Street. Some of the residents over there have been concerned about the high water that sets. And I reported to you before that we are working on a long-term solution for that water. But in the meantime, I think NDOT's gonna place some signs there that would open and close. So when the high water is visible, somebody could stop and open them. And then it wouldn't say high water all the time, 24/7. So, very happy with NDOT, and they're cooperating with us these days, working together. We also had a meeting with them about the markings at the dollar store, and we've been working through, they proposed a couple of new solutions that seem to be almost as confusing as the original solution that they came up with. And we've been looking at trying to see that. They have engaged our opinions on this go-around at least, so we're working with them to try to come up with a good resolution of that mess. And I kind of wanted to warn you over the next month or two, the Headworks project is really coming along. It's starting to get down to the end. We'll probably go online with that, at least in testing over the next month or so. And I'd say by the end of June, it'll be up and running for good. So we're starting to get the paperwork, you know, sort of like the end of the year budgets. You're moving money around and doing this and that. So I'll be bringing some work directives and a couple of change orders to you to get some things resolved. Fortunately, the project is well over $1 million under budget, so we got plenty of money to play with to get everything resolved. So I'll be talking to you about that. Also, I wanted to tell you, under Jeremy's leadership, the leak survey that we did, a lot of the leaks are being fixed, and it's accomplished quite a bit. We even fixed, I say we, as in they, even fixed the leak at 30th and Evie. That was about, how much was that one?
72,000 gallons a day.
So you can see that adds up quick. So we've fixed leaks so far, at the very least, of 108,000 gallons a day that we were pumping right back into the ground. So it's a start. We've got a long ways to go, but that's good. We had a meeting this morning about our new well. They're still trying to get the cost estimate together. I hope to have a pretty good idea of what that's going to cost to install that well, but I'm starting to feel like it's gonna be somewhere in the $750,000 range probably altogether by the time we get it done. We just had a long-term control plan update, which is gonna allow us over the rest of this year to get our long-term control plan data together. And every 5 years, we have to do a complete update of our plan and say what our plans are for the future. And with our new Headworks project going online, we have to analyze that data once that thing is up and running to try to get an idea how that's gonna affect our backups and overflows at the CSOs. So you'll be hearing more about that over the next few months. And the last thing I'll tell you, if you're looking at the utility report, our investments are back up over $5 million. We've had a good year with our investments there, so starting to feel a little bit more breathing room with the backup money. So, anybody have any questions? Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Director Fauzi.
Hello.
For the month of March, we had 8 hours, 12 minutes of media production, 10 hours, 1 minute of original production. For our YouTube channel, we had 4,385 views, totaling 491 hours of viewing, and 3,569 subscribers. Top content for the month was the State of the City address, followed by the Spartan Sports Report finale with Coach McCullough, and the new show that we do called Bunker Banner, and that's with the Indiana National Guard. Any questions? Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Chief Harden.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Have my report for the month of March. We had a total of 327 calls for service, so that puts us just over 1,000 for the year to date as of the end of March. Still do have one medic position open. The fuel usage, fuel rebate tax that was submitted back. Below that is a little snippet from a patient satisfaction survey that came through the ER. So we don't normally get feedback from their patient satisfaction surveys, but it was kind of interesting that basically they listed everybody from the very beginning to the very end. So I thought that was kind of nice that they passed that along to us. So March continued to work on the solar eclipse event, which thankfully is behind us now. We did participate in the Frazee Elementary Spectacular Person Day. So the way that works is all the first responder agencies in the county were there, and if a student didn't have someone that they had brought or someone couldn't make it, then they would pair up a child with a first responder, or if they would group us. And that was really kind of cool that no kid didn't have somebody to share their cookies and their lemonade with. So that was pretty neat to do. Did submit the AFG grant. When I say we, I mean mostly Jolisa. I do very, very little of that. I give her data and she does the heavy lifting by far. So, does anybody have any questions? Thank you very much.
Thank you. Superintendent Steele.
So I'll start off with this beautiful weather. We are enjoying that at the park, and we've been doing a lot of cleanup, and mowing has begun, and we are going to be doing some fresh landscaping around the Miller building, so it's going to look really nice. We have Junk in the Trunk coming up. That's our next event that we're having, and this is going to be on April 26th from 8 to 8. It's a Friday, and we are looking for people to set up booths at our location in the Miller Building gym, and then we also will offer some spots outside, and people can come, and it's going to be kind of like a community yard sale. So they can bring their items to sell, and it'll be open to public. There is a cost for a 10 by 10 booth. It's $50, and you can come set up the day before and be there all day, and they'll be open to the public. So that's something new we're going to try this year. We're really excited about it, and we've had a lot of interest, so I think it'll go well. Summer Discovery Camp is currently open for registration, so if any kids want to participate, they can contact the park office. You will have to come in to fill out a packet because we can't post, there's no way to like post that packet online. So they'll have to come in and pick up a packet to fill out, and then they can register them. Same as well as swimming lessons. That is open registration, and you can register online through our app for that. And we have 2 sessions. They're each 3 weeks, one in June and one in July. And then season pool passes are now available for purchase as well. Roots Blower, I had a meeting with them, it's probably back in February, I believe. And they want, because Industrial Park is kind of like in their backyard, they want to kind of take that on as a project and do a few things. And the first thing that they want to do is build a reading library that people can switch out books and go get books. They're going to put kids' books in there and everything. And they're going to build this. So they're going to build this reading library that resembles their impeller, which was a critical component of the rotary lobe blower that they made there. So it's going to resemble that. They're going to make it out of sheet metal. They're going to stock it. They're going to maintain it as well. And that's going to be their little project for Industrial Park. And they're hoping to have that completed and into the ground in June sometime. So she's going to keep up with me on the progress of that. Next week I will be attending a leadership summit in Avon, and that's on April 24th and 25th. And then some upcoming events, our park board meeting is the 22nd, Junk in the Trunk is the 26th, and then our opening day for the pool is May 25th. Does anybody have any questions? Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Chief Jones.
Hello again.
Hello.
All right, this time we'll go over the monthly report for the fire department for March. Start off with the overtime. We had a total overtime of $3,241.58. The manpower shortage of that was only $85.09. The scheduled overtime was $2,726.10, and we did have some additional fire call in for $430.39. You will probably see a little bit of increase in overtime. As you're aware of, last month I had a firefighter resign, and so we have that vacancy which we're working on filling right now. And I also have I had one firefighter get injured, so he's off. So we'll see a little bit of an increase in the overtime. Moving on down to fuel usage, we used a total of 418 gallons of fuel for the month for a total of $1,608.35. Incidents for March, had a total of 209 incidents. 35 of those were fire-related incidents, 163 EMS related, and we had 11 auto accidents. On the next page, you will see the training hours for the month. We had 73.5 total instructed hours of training. 59 hours were fire-related, and 14.5 hours were EMS-related training. Had a total of 14 fire inspections for the month. There were no actual complaints for the month. They were all regular annual inspections. And we had 21.25 hours of fire investigation for the month. A couple other things to note down there. I think I mentioned last time that we were in the middle of a fire investigator class. We just got that finished up. Assistant Chief Stevens taught the class. I think I taught one day, but we had 6 of our members got certified as fire investigator, and we had 3 members from Seymour Fire Department come up and attend also. And everyone passed, everyone got certified, so that's good. And then, as I mentioned earlier, we're in the middle of trying to replace the vacancy we have. We did take the number 1 selection that we had out of our group that we interviewed last
winter, last fall. He is scheduled to go up to Indy for his public safety physical evaluation, mental evaluation on the 18th. And as soon as we get the results for that, which is usually 2 to 3 weeks, then we can get him in here and let everybody stare at him, hopefully get him on. So he's a good kid, but I'll wait to give you all that info when we bring him up here. So, but that's all I have. Any questions?
Thank you.
All right,
Thank you.
Chief Bowles.
All right, so everybody's got a copy of the monthly. Any questions on that? Gallons of fuel was just over 2,000 gallons of fuel. Overtime is at $8,700. Any questions on that total page? As far as our incidents go, last month we had a total of 930 calls, 33 accidents reported last month, a little bit down from the previous month, and 256 traffic stops. Any questions on the incident totals? As far as our department goes, department training, we had 120 hours of training. K-9 had 12 hours of training with one demo at Frazee School. Our detectives took in 14 cases last month. 12 are closed with 7 felony arrests and 4 open ICAC cases. Our drug taken last month was 20 grams of marijuana, 55 of fentanyl, 6 grams of meth, 41 grams of cocaine, 141 pills, 23 items of paraphernalia, and 10 needles.
How much meth again?
6 grams. Also, one of our older vehicles in the back is a 2006 Jeep Cherokee. I'm asking permission to transfer it to the Parks Department.
So moved.
Second. Have a motion second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
One more item with our Detective Moorfield leaving our department. I left an opening in our detective division, and we assigned Patrick Milan, and also Patrick Milan to that detail. That was in effect in April, the first day that Milan left our department. So I know it's a little late, but just asking for your blessing of Officer Milan taking over the detective spot.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Wolf.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
The ordinance officer report for March 2024. Last month was a busy month. I did 91 separate ordinance violations that I addressed. 33 of those were expired license plates or abandoned vehicles. 24 accumulation of trash and rubbish. 9 interior furniture outside the homes. 5 due to parking positions. 5 dangerous buildings. 2 dilapidated buildings. 3 harborages of rats, snakes, mice, and vermin. 3 yard exceptions dealing with the storage of too many recreational vehicles on the property. 2 excessive animal noise complaints. 2 relating to city garbage. 1 obnoxious odor and stench emissions from a property. 1 public information request, and 1 transient merchant, which is something we haven't really had yet. So that was an interesting process, working with multiple departments to figure out what had changed, what's taken place. In February of this year, Ordinance 6943 was passed, making updates to the existing merchants, peddlers, and solicitors ordinance that we had on the books. And the new updates actually require merchants, peddlers, and solicitors to complete an application, background check, and pay a fee of anywhere from $35 to $250. and they can't begin working until all of those are completed. Once approved, my office will issue them a license that must be displayed while they're conducting business inside the city limits or carried with them as they're soliciting door to door. And that license is good for 3 days. And then the application process begins again. Failing to comply, as our transient merchant found out, if you fail to comply and you do not shut down and immediately come in and fill out the proper paperwork and then wait to reopen, then you're slapped with a $100 fine every single day that you continue to do business. So it's 35 or 100 a day. And he decided to pack up and leave after he got the citation. So, any questions?
Just a comment, the last one you talked about that train, I think that's great.
I do too.
So that includes people going door to door, selling merchandise that they have on their person, as well as selling goods and services that will be delivered in the future. Or setting up shop on someone's private property and opening a tent and selling things out of it. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on to old business, and one in the old business. Miscellaneous business. Claims.
Claims for April 15th, 2024, city, $118,799.05. Payroll, $559,158.06. Utilities, $276,595.64.
Motion to approve claims.
So moved. Second.
Motion and second, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Anyone out there claim from the public? I do have one thing I want to read. I should have done it under miscellaneous business, but my brain was somewhere else. Tomorrow night, we are having a joint session with the city and the county, discussing two topics. The first topic is a potential public safety tax. And the second topic is House Bill 1167, which is going to impact our cable TV3 service on how we have to live stream all of our meetings, and just trying to find ways to help fund that. So those are the point of discussions for that meeting. So that's all I have. Anyone have anything? I'll take a motion for adjournment.
So moved. Second.
A motion second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Have a good afternoon.